go. We'll step inside. It has 7 chimneys up on top. The silver one there is for the on-demand hot water heater. And that's really wonderful because it means you can take as much shower as you like. Obviously, if you're hooked up to city water, you can literally take as much as you want. But with the full water tank and the setup I've developed, which you'll see in a moment, you can take 6 5-minute showers on 1 tank of water, which is quite a lot, actually. And if you take them a little shorter, you can squeeze out 8 or 10. You can stay out for quite a while. So here we go. So this will look very different from many of the other GMCs you've seen. We'll sort of go to the back first. Come right in. Start all the way at the back. So this is the rear lounge. This lounge and the front lounge are exactly the same size. They are both full-size beds. So these 2 cushions come to the center. You can see here the evidence that this was built by a yacht builder, because these are obviously marine cushions. They're sort of marine vinyl. To be honest, they're a little bit firm. I mean, they're soft, but they're firm. So when this is made up as a bed, we put 2 memory foam cushions on it, which lifts it up 5 inches. So it's 10 inches of foam, and it's incredibly comfortable. So if you come back just a little bit here, you can see a couple of other little things I've added here. This switch, which is unmarked, goes to the propane furnace. So when it's cold outside, and you don't want the propane furnace running all night, you've got good comforters and so forth, you can switch it on like this in the morning with your foot. So it's very convenient. I added a connection to the thermostat. Up here we have the brand new inverter system and charging system. And you can turn it off here so that it doesn't make any noise at night, so it's very, very quiet. And you can also turn on the inverter very simply, like I just did just now. So that puts 110 volts through all the outlets. You can even microwave, you can cook just on the battery, which is kind of unusual. The only thing you cannot run, well, 2 things. You can't run the air conditioner, you can't run the heater. They just pull too much electricity. But everything else in the coach can be run by pushing that button, even if you're in the middle of nowhere. So one thing to mention now, you've started seeing it, but everywhere these are brass marine fittings, like this doorknob, like these pulls, like all of these pulls. And I have installed additional ones that will come briefly to the front here. So for example, one of the things that's neat about this vehicle is that it has no overhead cabinets, or virtually none. So all of the storage is down low, but it's enormous. So each of these drawers is the size of a medium to large size suitcase, and there are 4 of them. And of course there's other drawers as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4 people's storage for an entire vacation, really. But there's more storage. But again, most of the GMCs had big cabinets up here, which to me actually defeats the purpose of having these enormous windows. Some of the biggest windows that were ever built in the industry. So this coach preserves that really open feel, really feels large in here. One of the exceptions, however, is this cabinet over the stove, and what I want you to look at here is the tolerances. So this shows the quality. You can see, if you follow my finger up and over, the extremely uniform tolerances, even around the corner here, of this cabinet and of every cabinet. And the gas shocks that lift it up. And it just works perfect. So that's also true of this door and all the other doors. And it's just really, really well built. So behind this cabinet, we see sort of a series of sort of nesting drawers where you have all your silverware and dishes and cooking utensils and so forth. And also food usually goes here on the lowest shelf. And then behind this, there's well, this isn't very neat right now, but this is a closet where you can store things, and the converter inverters in here. So sorry, it's a bit of a mess in there, but it's a reasonable sized closet. So down here, there's a subwoofer behind here. This vehicle has 23 speakers in 10 cabinets, 3 subwoofers, 2 center channels, 3-way center channels, and 8 left and right speakers. So when the sound is on in here, it is perfect concert quality sound. That's one of the things I've added. It's an 1800 watt system, which sounds like a lot, but in fact, I think I'll replace it with an even larger one at some point, but it does sound good. Behind this cabinet down here is the whole leveling system, which is also new for the coach. This is the system which makes sure that the rear suspension is at the right level. It's all automatic. So moving back, let's go to the bathroom. The bathroom is one of my favorite spots. I think that, like, you know, a motorhome that has a really good bathroom is a really good home, because that's the thing you most need. So here, let me open it up. It's very bright in here. So although this vehicle was completely rebuilt in 1996, and this is the original style bathroom, this is a new unit. So this unit was installed new in 1996, same as the original. But they made, well, there are a bunch of changes in here. First of all, it's a porcelain marine toilet that's perfectly color matched. This, I added a teak flooring. And what you do is when you take a shower, you take that teak out, you take the shower, and then you have someplace dry to stand when you step out, and then you put it back in, and it's also dry. I installed a Groa Silverlight faucet, which flips to this laser etched shower up here, which again delivers the water that is at the perfect temperature from the thermostatic valve. So all in all, it's not really sort of apparent. Oh, these are also designer towels here, but it's not entirely apparent, but I have waterproofed everything in this cell, which you are seeing, in such a way that there's no need for a shower curtain. So once you put the top down on the toilet, the water flows from the shower, which I moved from this side to this side in such a way that none of these towels get wet. If you have a robe or something, you can put it over the top. It won't get wet. The only thing that really gets wet is the top of the toilet. And then I installed this squeegee, and you just do wipe, 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 and you're done. And so it makes it really easy. It's sort of a self-cleaning shower. So there's, you know, if you get any dirt on the floor, it's no big deal. You always are washing it by taking showers. I also reseal the door. The door is completely sealed so that no water comes out here. So, so that's the shower. Then we have the kitchen here. The kitchen is, you know, some people, the original GMCs had an oven and a 4-burner stove. I do not. I have this 2-burner stove. It's a German stove. It lights automatically. You just press down the button. It seems, you know, for most camping cooking, it seems entirely sufficient. And then below it is a convection microwave, which is really great. It's electric. It can operate without the generator, without electrical power. You can run it just off the battery. Obviously, if you run it off the battery, you should usually use it as a microwave if you're going to be cooking something for hours. You know, you don't want to be running it off the battery. But it does get up to 450 degrees if you use it as an oven. So it's a really, really great oven. I'm thinking of, so if you look over here, I'm thinking of changing the style. So this cabinet, which is now a genuine teak, but it's a veneer, used to look like the other countertops, that is to say purple with black, which is old plastic laminate. Looks very 1990s. So I'm thinking of changing actually all the purple to this. This is the which I put in myself. And most people, when they see it, they assume it was always that way, but it wasn't. I'm also actually considering changing the color scheme, but we'll see. That's for the future. But yeah, big ceramic sink, same hot water source, easy to do dishes in. And then I installed this garbage can that pulls all the way out, right? So it's really easy to throw out your trash. You can get in there simply and slide it back. And then there are a couple drawers here which pull out. This one's sort of the library. And above it, this is an addition I made. This is a inlaid teak marine table. So this is actually the most, this is the most expensive addition I've made here. So this won't be terribly elegant, but I'll show you. This is a lagoon table. They are supposedly the best, but quite frankly, they are a bit wonky to operate. So I'm going to pull it out like this. It then swings out like this, and then you can do this, and you can see the Nautic star in the center. And then this is the main dining table, and it can go down and out. So that's that. It also mounts over here in case this lounge is used as a bed. Obviously, it can't be there if it's a bed, but it can also be used as a drinks table because this vehicle also has a bar. As mentioned before, one of the reasons I named it a luxury liner was because of the bar. So the bar is kind of cool. The bar hooks to the ceiling here like this. The top one opens like this. Bottom one opens like this. These are crystal serving utensils. And behind that, here are your bar utensils. And of course, if we were going on a trip, it would be fully outfitted. But right now, it only has the wine glasses and the crystal. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Get a kick out of showing people that. So that's that. All the electronics, all the plumbing was completely rebuilt in 1996. So this is one of the outfitters who redid these types of motorhomes was called GMC Motor Corporation, also GMC. But they built this control panel, which has almost everything you need to operate it, as well as a test system. So yeah, again, press that for test. You can start the generator here. You can also start it up at the front at the dashboard. You can also start it in the back on the generator. So one thing I want to mention that's really unique about this vehicle is what's above the belt line. So this again was installed by Lindeen Automotive. This is a denim fabric. It's a beige denim fabric. You can see the beautiful stitching that is throughout. Again, with very good tolerances throughout, everywhere. It's in the back, it's in the front, and then they built these lovely valances. This one could be cleaned a little bit, but this is the the way the shades fit in, and they're complete blackout shades. So it really gets dark, very, very private in here. Yeah, it's very nicely done. All the lights are LED, all the lights are on rheostat, so I can show you that. There they go. Right, you can adjust them here. The amplifier is in here. The CD player is in here. Again, 23 speakers. So I guess that's almost it. You can see that I've installed one of the furnaces. The gas furnace exits here. Here's the thermostat, the one you can switch from the bed, as well as there. And there's another outlet on the other side of the sink right there. Alright, so then I'll get up in the front here. So what you can see up here, I'll turn on the headlights just so you get some lighting, is this is called a Mac Dash, M-A-C. This is an aftermarket provider that made dashboards for these vehicles still does. I don't know if it's still under the name Mac, but it's the same company. And it's, as you can see, a beautiful constellation of 10 gauges, much nicer than the original. Yeah, I mean, it is faux burl wood, but it still looks pretty good. This is the original style of steering wheel, which I have refurbished and shined and, you know, redid the logo and put leather around it. This vehicle has 4 rear view cameras, one of which is located in the mirror, and then 2 displays are here. One of them toggles, so that's how 3 becomes 4. 3 of them are on the back of the vehicle, and 1 is on the side door, and it shoots back and shows the passenger side rear wheels so that you can figure out where they are. You can see here there's a temperature monitor. That temperature monitor is just outdoor and indoor. There's a total of like 6 or 7 temperature monitors in this vehicle, both for the engine and for the ambient temperature at various different points. The dash has been covered in, you know, a leather-like substance. It's not really leather, but it's vinyl, and it gives a very harmonious look to the whole thing. And the front seats are Recaros. So they are the best seats you can possibly buy. The previous owner was interested in replacing the seats and was told that he was absolutely nuts by the people who he went to and said, you can't get better than Recaros. And they are indeed extremely, extremely comfortable. So maybe I'll turn it on here. Maybe we can open up the cover here and you can see it turn on. One of the things that has been improved about this coach is extreme soundproofing. The engine compartment has been soundproofed, but everything, the floor has been soundproofed throughout. So there's about that much cushioning foam under the carpets. And that makes a huge difference when you're running down the road. As I mentioned earlier, you only hear the transmission. Let me just close the door here, and then we can turn it on after I open up the engine bay. So let's open up the engine bay and we can see what's under there. Great. Here's the engine. It's very clean, in good shape. Now, of course, I'm being filmed. This vehicle has never failed to start. But, you know, that was the first time for everything. Let's see how it goes. There it goes. The sort of humming sound you hear was the vacuum pump. Now it's turned off. So it went very quiet, very, very smoothly. Let me show you the difference, because of course you have video on, you can hear how loud that is. It's not very loud. But when you put this on, it's almost unbelievable. The only thing you hear in the background is the pump for the rear suspension. When that cuts out, it will be basically completely silent. So it's a very there you go. That's the ambient sound level. Very, very, very quiet. Pleasure driving down the road. Can drive with one finger. It's perfectly aligned. It's just a delight. So there you go. That's the introduction to Ellie.